Introduce us, Maggie.
Oh, yes. All right. Hey, I'm Maggie. June, introduce yourself.
I don't feel like it. I don't feel like doing work anymore, Maggie. I've had it. They don't need to know me. All they need to do is hear me. They don't need to know me.
Well, they need to know your voice.
Okay, well, this voice is June's. Period.
Period. So, June,
Tell
what
me.
are we chit-chatting about tonight? What are we talking about?
The illustrious movie, the acclaimed, no, it's not acclaimed for anything, really. It's
No.
Shirley on Hulu, which I will say has a great cover art, and I don't know if anything else that it does is great by any means.
But it is quite pretty. I'll say that.
Oh, the house is beautiful.
The house and I think the costumes are really good too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a visually stunning film. I will give it that.
I think
It's really all it's good for, though.
Oh, yeah. I was watching this review about it earlier, and it's like, oh, it's an art house film. It's an art house film. But I don't care. I don't care if it's an art house film or not.
It needs to be more appealing.
It needs to be anything more than it was. Because frankly, the movie was nothing. I feel like nothing was accomplished in the film except for perpetuating weird stereotypes about women.
It was just so bizarre, and the whole time I was watching it, I didn't know much about Shirley Jackson's life. I have read some of her stories.
Yeah.
The whole time I was watching it, I was like, is this real? Did she have these people come and live in her home? Obviously I knew it was dramatized and whatnot.
Right.
But then I Googled it or I read her Wikipedia, and she did have some issues with alcoholism and anxiety and agoraphobia, but everything else was false. The whole couple, Rose and the other dude, they did not exist. Not even in the slightest. There was no one that went missing near her. There was she didn't even write that book that she was writing in the movie Hangs a Man. That was fake. But really, it just made me question why was this written? Why was this movie made? Literally, what was the point?
Yeah. Who were they writing it for, even?
Why make it even about Shirley Jackson? Why call it Shirley? The whole thing was it so clearly was not about her. You could have supplemented any female creative and husband that was unfaithful.
Yeah. What's new?
That's not Shirley Jackson.
No. I think it's ridiculous that the movie... Okay. I think that the marketing behind the movie is ridiculous. Because one half, it's marketed as a biography, which is... Mm-hmm. It's not a biopic, because like you said, none of it happened. The book didn't happen. The couple didn't happen. She wasn't a psychopath.
No.
She was just an author making books during a unfaithful time for women, really.
And she worked consistently and wrote a lot too.
I believe it.
She wrote 2 novels as well as so many short stories.
Yeah. And writing a novel is not easy.
No, it's fucking not. And her husband was only a writing critic. He was not a writer.
Or a professor, I assume.
He was a professor.
Okay.
The only things that were accurate about the story were that he was definitely unfaithful.
Mm-hmm. It was the 60s though, so of course he was.
Yeah, obviously. But other than that, that was it. She had 4 children. She was not I don't know, they made her seem this barren witch.
Yeah, she was morose and crawling around like her weird cavern house.
Mm-hmm.
And she like never bore children because she was like too crazy and too unstable, and couldn't cook? Question
Yeah,
mark?
I guess that was like, yeah, why did they make such a thing out of that?
It's like, oh, did you know? And then there's that one scene where Rose is like, did you know that Shirley is an amazing cook? And I'm like, but didn't you just make a whole point that she couldn't cook or take care of the house?
Mm-hmm. Or take care of herself, and she was just like this useless woman who like she was just mentally ill.
Yeah, she's not useless, she's just ill.
Yeah.
Like, who is the writer? Who is the writer? And what was their intention with this film?
The director and the writer of the book was, like, both of them were women.
I don't want to believe that, frankly.
I know, it's so unfortunate. You would think it was a man. And, like, I think my biggest problem with this film was that it was about Shirley Jackson. I was expecting to come out of it learning something about her and her writing.
Yeah.
Even if it was dramatized, even if it was like fictionalized, but none of this was like about her.
No, not by any means. I thought that the film was going to go in one of two directions, which was like give us a somewhat dramatized but mostly real like look into her life, or it was going to do like some like alliteration or like dramatization of like her stories. I thought that they were going to do something with like the lottery, you know? Like I thought the story was going there or something.
Yes, I also like thought maybe because she wrote those two novels, I thought maybe they were going to talk about like what's it called? We've Always Lived in the Castle. That was one of her big books. That's the one that I read. She also wrote The Haunting of Hill House, but that was a ghost story.
Yeah.
But like We Have Always Lived in the Castle features like a really strong female relationship between like sisters.
Yeah.
And then there's also like the relationship of like them versus the women in the town. And they could have focused so heavily on that. Like they could have made Rose her sister.
Yeah, or like a sisterly figure.
Yeah, but she was sexual. They had an affair.
Yeah,
which I guess, like, I don't know. I don't think that Shirley was in fact gay, but she could have been.
Yeah, she could have been, but it's like where are the grounds to be like, well, this is going to be a lesbian movie because we want it to be a lesbian movie, but then at the end we're gonna have the women like mistreat each other.
And then one of them is going to kill herself.
Yeah, because that's what lesbians do.
Yep. That's what they do. It was so frustrating. Like, the whole film was so frustrating just because of how the women interacted with one another and just the tropes.
Yeah.
Like, they were just flat out tropes.
Yeah. And
like just of course we have to have these two miserable women in miserable marriages who aren't in love, and their relationship is lusty and like unstable and frankly quite toxic.
Like,
and that's their love story.
Yeah, and this is the basis for why they are kind of lesbians, but also not really. It's I think that's the whole thing of the movie. There's like this weird push and pull. It's like, well, there's this, but then also not really. And like, I feel like they were trying to do this thing where like the world was hazy and you don't really know what's happening because it's under the guise that Shirley is like damaged and her brain is everywhere. But it's like, if you're
cuckoo crazy.
Yeah, if you're gonna say she's cuckoo crazy, show me that she's cuckoo crazy, and don't just give me these erratic shots of like of the Rose character being in the car alive, but then also committing suicide, because that doesn't make sense to me.
No, that doesn't. Like, I guess the narrative is that, like, Rose spends so much time with cuckoo crazy, Shirley, that she becomes infected with Shirley's craziness.
Yeah, like it's spreaded.
Yeah, and do you notice the parallels in the movie too? Like, when she slowly becomes more like her, like she starts smoking more. She starts the costume change where she had been wearing like the striped pants pajamas,
Oh,
and
yeah.
suddenly transforms into wearing like Shirley's nightgown. And she becomes more erratic and starts dressing like her and acting like her. There's that scene where she lays down in the dirt while smoking a cigarette in almost the exact same pose that Shirley's in.
Yeah. They love that pose in that movie. They love that.
He adored it.
They're like, let's have her fall on the floor again. Here she goes with a cigarette.
Cuckoo crazy women on the floor with a cigarette.
I hate how much they were obsessed with that shot. Because it's like, they're, in my point of view, right? By constantly throwing Shirley on the ground, like they're telling us that she's not worth anything.
Pretty much. She's below us.
Yeah, like they're telling us that she's like below everyone else, and she's like she is the cause of her own demise because she's the one throwing herself on the ground.
Exactly.
I don't know. And granted, nobody watches this podcast anyways, but it's like, if people did, I know there would be some pretentious, like, art house connoisseurs, like, oh, well, you just don't get it.
It was just a film about, like, relationships and the human psyche.
Even though the characters were so bland. And mind you, I feel like the characterization of the era wasn't that good. Like, even though the house is pretty, I am going to argue that it didn't really feel like the 60s to me. I don't know.
I agree. Like, and maybe it's because they didn't leave the house, and maybe because it was, like, it did seem like modern maximalist.
Right. Like, it was like a woman who's obsessed with shopping and anthropology and, like, and looks at, like, bohemian magazines. Right?
Exactly. Disappointing. Frankly, disappointing.
Because, like, I don't know, where are they from? Like, Kansas or something? Like, they don't live in the big city.
Yeah.
Like, they definitely don't live in the big city. But I also feel like there was no iconography. Like, the 60s has very blatant iconography. And, of course, well, it's an art house film, so you can't have basic filmography because this is a movie about art's sake. But also, if, like, something is from the 60s and you understand the period to some degree, it's like, oh, well, this feels like the 60s. And I feel like the movie didn't feel like that.
No, it absolutely did not. It just, like, the costumes weren't as provocative. The only thing that I'll give it was that they did, like, Elizabeth Moss is the only redeeming quality of this film.
Oh, well, she is that bitch from, whether it's from Mad Men or Handmaid's Tale, which I haven't seen, so I will not comment. But
Wait, sorry, continue.
No, go, please.
I was just going to say I have seen Handmaid's Tale, and she's really good in it.
Like, she is genuinely very good, and I feel like she wasted time doing this.
Genuinely. And I think, like, she looks exactly like Shirley Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she looks very much so like her. But she really, like, if she hadn't been in this film, it would have been, like, an even bigger shit show. And I feel like I'm so tricked by the fact that she was there.
Yeah, because I almost think that, like, that's the only draw that they have. They're like, we have Elizabeth Moss, and she absolutely looks like Shirley Jackson. Like, they have, like, the same expression.
She does
Literally.
thriller very well. She does, like, psychological whatever really well.
Yeah. But it's like, if you're gonna use her, like, I feel like use the woman well.
Yeah, don't just, like, throw her a bullshit script.
Yeah.
She doesn't even speak that much.
No, she's always just, like, smiling.
Yeah, she's just creepy. She's just spooky ooky.
And I don't believe that, even if Shirley Jackson was writing horror, like, I don't believe that she was, like, so decrepit and, like, useless the way that they tried to frame her.
She definitely had, like, agoraphobia, but later in life, after, like, going to therapy and being treated, she was able to, like, you know, be healthier and, like, leave the house.
Mm-hmm,
and like, her anxiety was treated, you know. And she had, like, they illustrated her as, like, this really kind of barren witch figure, and while she was super interested in witchcraft, and, like, not that, like, being barren is a bad thing, but, like, they almost made her bitter about it in the film. Like, she makes the abortion comment to Rose.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and she's like, motherhood has its toll or some shit.
yeah, like she's like they really make her like an evil witch, like this like weird evil witch who envies those that can bear children, and she is, which I think is fucking weird.
It is, especially because she had, like, again, she had 4 children. She wrote about them. She put them in her short stories later in life when, like, we're each in. She loved them very, very much.
Yeah, which you would never assume if you only saw this movie.
No.
My ultimate question is, what was the point?
Yeah, really, just why? Why make this film?
Because it accomplishes nothing. There is so much buildup. There are so many turns that I thought it was going to take. Like, I thought...
Could have been so many good ones.
Like, I don't know if this is just me, but didn't it look like Shirley and her husband were, like, in cahoots for, like, some, like, murderous tactic throughout the film?
Yeah, and honestly, I would have been pissed about that. Like, I would have been upset about that as well, because then they would have made her, like, a murderer.
Yeah.
But at least it would have been something interesting.
At least it would have been fun to see, I don't know, to see them...
Something happen.
Because nothing happens! The food wasn't even cool. Like, there was no intrigue.
They could have done so much. They could have done so much with this topic. Like, the trailer makes this film seem really, really interesting.
Oh, the trailer is to die for.
Exactly. And Shirley Jackson herself was such an interesting person. Her writing is so, like, amazing.
Yeah.
Just turn around and do fucking nothing with it is such a waste. I
think that if they wanted to commit a bait and switch in the way that they did, because they really did, because they framed it like a horror movie, they could... This is what I think that they should have done. They could have just named the movie Shirley, right? So, like, draw a crowd, draw the fan base.
Right.
And then they could feature her somehow, but then almost make the movie about one of her horror stories, so that it can just be the horror film that they posted as, I think.
Exactly. Like, to do a rendition of, you know, We Have Always Lived in the Castle, but Shirley is in the film, like, that could have been so, so good.
Yeah, because I imagine that to at least some degree, to any varying degree, some of the stories, or of course, the stories have to be about her or her life, to some varying level. So to have pseudo Shirley be in the movie about her book, I feel like wouldn't be crazy.
No. You could even, like, have her be, like, you know, I think even, like, the mentally ill trope could have been doable. if they hadn't made her like this fucking awful person and demonized her for, you know, the way that she like appeared to people and to men specifically.
Because in the film, like people hate her. People literally hate her.
They think she's useless.
Yeah, like they treat her like a child, but worse.
Exactly.
God.
Exactly. Like, literally, what was the point? What was the fucking point?
I wish that I had, like, a magnifying glass so I could look into the brains of the people who wrote this. Because I hate them.
I'm very angry. I'm quite upset.
It was 2 hours I could have done something else. I
could have written a better short story than that film.
Yeah, you could write a poem. Shirley. You could write a poem about Shirley.
I could write a fucking haiku.
You could do it right now, but I'm not going to force you.
I can't count syllables right now, June. I'm in Cuckoo Town. You know that.
And that we love. And that is something I can stand by. But this fucking movie, I cannot. I don't know how to say this in any other way, but it's like there is almost nothing to discuss because nothing fucking happened.
Yeah. They're just like, what was the fucking reason? Like, why? Like, genuinely, why? Why was this film made?
It's confusing. I can't even, like, sit back in my chair and, like a film noir style, look at the billboard and try to connect all the dots because there's one dot. And you know what that dot says? That this movie is fucking stupid. There's nothing to connect it to.
The ending wasn't even all that confusing. Like, they tried to be so deep. They were like, maybe she kills herself. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she becomes stronger. Like, you'll never know.
But she's also infected.
Yeah, she's still crazy. Now she's an empowered woman. She's gonna be nutso and be crazy like Shirley.
And then she does, like, pseudo mentally ill jittering effect in the back of the taxi.
Oh yes. Oh, the fucking flinch or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all.
I was very upset by that. What? Why?
Like, what are you trying to... In this film, what you have demonstrated is that you hate women and you hate people that are mentally ill.
Yeah.
Well, that's literally all... We found it out. That's the intention of the film.
Yes.
That mentally ill women are useless and dumb.
Exactly. You know what I think that I learned from this film?
Please tell me. Enlighten me.
Both the director and the author of the book were women that attended art schools that were taught exclusively by men. And are, in fact, probably pick-me women find male approval completely and 1,000% necessary.
Because even though the movie was written by women, I think that the way that they created it is for men.
1,000%.
Like, a man would love this movie.
Of course he would.
Like, literally the only people that win in this movie are the men.
Yeah, both of them get to continue cheating with, like, no...
They also don't show us. They don't show us that by any, like, at all.
No, the men are, like, useless in this film.
Like, Shirley is just like, our husbands are cheating. Do you understand? They are cheating on us.
Do you get it?
Do you understand? They are cheating on us. And then, like, she's telling us as the viewer and Rose. But it's like, yes, we understand, Elizabeth Moss. They are cheating on you. But we don't know the gravity of it because we don't know who they are cheating on you with. And we don't know the gravity of their intentions. So I don't give a fuck.
Literally, no point. Well, we do know who's cheating on Shirley, but Shirley doesn't really give.
No.
Like, she has no love for her husband that isn't, like...
So it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter.
She's mad at the woman. She's like, I'm jealous of you for some reason, even though I hate my husband. But...
Her accent also, like, disappears halfway in the movie.
Yeah, I noticed that, too.
Like, I was kind of into the way she was talking to at the beginning. She was so, like, mid-Atlantic and, like, raspy. She's like, Rose, you know, your husband doesn't love you. But I love you. I'm Shirley Jackson. Why don't you live with me? Vermont is in Virginia, right?
Vermont.
That's Virginia, please. Please tell me I'm right.
Vermont.
Is Vermont a state?
Yeah. You know, it's valid.
I didn't go to school for geography.
I don't understand no geography. How could you expect me to?
You know, that brings some light to my eyes. I think it's weird that they kind of make her sound like a really smoked out debutante in the beginning. Does that make sense? Like her voice. Mm-hmm. But then they're also like Southern. I don't know.
They're just fucking bizarre is what they are, I think.
I thought that they were just hipsters.
Truly.
Like when I first, because I went into the movie blind, I was like, okay, so this is like a hipster household. Sure. Like, yeah. It didn't hit me until I saw, like, the typewriter. I was like, oh, this is the past.
Yeah. The typewriter was the only, like, clue.
Yeah. Not even the taxi, like, hinted at anything for me. It was... Nope. And honestly, frankly, the typewriter could just be some annoying hipster's little tool, too.
Yeah, honestly. And guess what? Elizabeth Moss can still dress like a hipster. She's still allowed.
And she's still allowed. I don't know if you remember that one shirt with, like, the triangles. That was, like, from the 80s.
Yeah, I do recall that. That was very much so from the 80s.
Like, that was a fallacy, I feel.
I agree. Fully agree. Like, just,
Her costuming actually was weird to me. Because I know that they're trying to demonize her and make her dirty. But I feel like even for the time, she had a lot of, like, kind of, like, menswear happenings.
Yeah, she wore pants a lot.
And I feel like that's weird for the 60s.
Yeah. Yes.
Because, like, women didn't wear pants at all, I think.
No. I'm not... Okay.
Oh, well, okay, no. Well, they did wear pants. I stand corrected. I'm reminding myself. They definitely did wear pants. But I feel like in my mind's eye, like a pant, the 1960s was like very tailored. Kind of like a cigarette pant, but always like a trouser. Like I feel like it's always a trouser.
Yes.
And they just made her so frumpy. And I think frumpy is not the word of the 60s.
No. All of the women were expected to be, like, their prettiest. And I feel like even Rose didn't dress particularly well. And the dean's wife, she didn't dress.
Oh, no. Like, that dress is, like, from Macy's.
Exactly.
That was a Macy's dress. There was no brooches, no jewelry. There was no, like... I think I figured it out.
Yes, please enlighten me.
This had to be like the early 60s now?
Genuinely no idea.
I'm going to assume that it was supposed to be the early 60s. Something about the early 60s that I believe I know is that women typically wore a lot of like shapewear.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had like brassiere and then like just like corsetry and like amongst other things and like various undergarments. And like yes, Shirley is gross in their eyes. But I feel like Rose...
Yeah, she was always lumpy. Why was she always lumpy?
She was always lumpy.
They made it a point to make her lumpy.
Yeah. But you would assume, like, you know when they go shopping, like, you would assume that it's like, maybe the store clerk is like, well, maybe you should try on this shapewear to get a better shape. Because that's like the...
And then she would be like, no.
Yeah, no, I don't wanna. Because that's like the era of like of shapewear, of getting the perfect figure. Even that's not who she was. Yeah. But I feel like that could have been a point that one kind of cemented the era, but also cemented her as a character who is not particularly feminine in the 60s way.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes,
I don't know.
I think it just could have worked. Like, if she had just looked more put together as opposed to so unkempt. Like, pick one or the other.
Yeah. And this movie doesn't know if she is physically or mentally ill.
No. Because she was both.
Yeah.
She was both.
Because this movie is just like, oh, she's crazy.
Cuckoo crazy, sorry.
But she could just be physically incapacitated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Maggie. I really don't know.
You know, I'm guessing all of the above, maybe? But that's not allowed. That's not possible. Not possible, no. People can't do that.
There was one thing I did like, though.
Tell me.
I liked that she liked sweets.
I liked that she liked sweets, too. That was only mentioned once.
Twice.
Oh.
There was one scene where she's like, do we have any cherry pie still? And then there was, do we have any cherry pie still? And then there was another scene where she's like, why is there nothing sweet to eat in this house anymore?
Yes. To Rose, she was like, why don't we have anything fucking sweet? Oh, I guess that was a parallel that I missed, where Rose was her little sweet little thing.
Yeah. Rose wasn't even that fucking sweet.
No, she wasn't. They had conflict as soon as Rose fucking around.
Like, Rose wanted to leave the second day that they were there.
Yeah, she was like, fuck Stanley. She was like, fuck this fucking place. Shirley's batshit.
I hate it here.
To go. I would like to leave now, please. Thank you. Gonna get the fuck out of here. Thank you.
Oh, she also gives birth really randomly. Like, she just has the baby the next scene.
It's just like suddenly there. What? Where did you come from? Who are you? Who the fuck are you?
She genuinely didn't look pregnant at all. At all.
No. In fact, I thought it was really weird. It kept changing for me. Sometimes she would look really fucking pregnant, and then she wouldn't look pregnant at all. It's like, oh, all right. Oh, okay. Didn't know that's how pregnancy works, but thank you for enlightening me.
You must have better eyes than me, because I never noticed when she was supposed to be pregnant at all.
She was definitely supposed to be pregnant in some scenes, specifically the scenes where she was topless. That's the other thing I'd like to talk about. The abundance of sex scenes for literally no reason. She had straight, boring sex with Mr. Husbandman's, Logan Learman, Mr. Percy Jackson himself.
He time traveled.
Percy Jackson. Here, like, what was he doing?
I didn't realize that was him until the very end.
He looked handsome. They also made him look very old, though. They gave him gray hair.
They made him look so old.
I'm gonna Google how old he is, because I really don't think he's that old.
I bet you a penny that he's like 27.
At the oldest, like 30-something.
At the oldest, 32. At the young...
28. He's 28 years old.
Give me my penny, bitch.
He's literally 28.
He looked like 45.
Oh. Why'd they do that to Logan? What did Logan do to y'all? Why'd they make everyone look ugly in this film? They purposely made everyone look ugly.
Even, I was going to say Peggy, even Elizabeth Moss looked kind of fucked. She looked clapped.
Yeah, she did look clapped. She can be so beautiful.
Look at her in Mad Men.
Exactly.
Like, she's so pretty in Mad Men.
Even in the movie she did, like, just recently. Like, right before this one, she looked lovely.
They clapped her. They clapped her so bad.
They really said, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, they're like, Elizabeth Moss, fuck you.
Fuck you. You get nothing. You get fucked.
I don't get it. You want to know something cool?
June.
What?
Hello.
Oh, hello. You want to know something weird?
Yes.
She is a Scientologist.
Elizabeth Moss?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
I'm serious.
No. That can't be.
But hear me out. Apparently she was born into it, so I think that she is just there out of obligation.
She really is a Scientologist. That makes me so sad.
But also, almost all the roles that she plays are in the past. So she could just be a really intense Scientologist too, I don't know.
Not all of them. She did one that was modern day this year.
But I feel like a lot of them.
Yes, that's fair.
Like her defining role as Peggy from Mad Men is like the past.
The past.
But
Scientology, I guess... I don't think Scientology has anything to do with the past. Does it?
Well, no, but it doesn't it kind of denounce a lot of like modern technology?
I don't think so.
I swear it does.
Maybe.
Or like modern medicine.
I thought that was the Amish people.
No, Amish people are sweet. They don't have technology, but they're just like farmer people.
Yeah, but they don't like medicine either.
Yeah, that's true. But would you rather be Amish or Scientologist?
Absolutely not Scientologist. That's a cult.
So would you be Amish?
It's called the Order, right? Oh no, I'm thinking of escaping polygamy. I don't fucking know. I don't know. They're all scary. They scare me a lot.
You have to choose.
Oh, I definitely don't want to be Scientologist. I already chose.
Okay, so you're Amish.
Yeah, I'm Amish, I guess.
They're like politically active sometimes.
Are they?
Do
they hate the gays though?
I don't know. They spoke up for Black Lives Matter, so that's something.
Oh, that is good. Very good.
Yeah, that's good. That's a point. A point for the Amish.
Amish get a point. Good job, Amish.
Let me research it. Are the Amish homophobic? Let's see. I definitely think that they are. But
yeah.
Don't fucking know. But I'm gonna assume yes.
Yeah. Too bad. Oh wait, no. I made a graphic just now.
For what?
I'm creating, or not creating, I don't know why I said that. I'm making, like, this decal for my sweatshirt.
Ooh.
Because I got it for free at a San Francisco Giants game, you know, the black one that I have? The hoodie. So I'm embroidering a tooth on top of the logo, and then I'm going to print a vagine with teeth on the back.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. And it's going to say too. Actually, let me just send you a picture.
Please.
I'll send you a picture.
We'll put a
I
link.
think yeah.
We'll put a link to your non-existent shop in the YouTube link in
Yeah.
the description.
Just go visit my Instagram, and if you want me to make you something, just hit me up, and I'll probably do it for very little money.
And what's your at?
My at, June, is at, actually, I don't even know. I think it's Maggie S926.
This is unprofessional.
Listen. I do apologize.
I'm pretty sure it is Maggie's 926.
But no one said I was professional, okay? No one claimed that.
There's this episode of The Simple Life where Paris and Nicole Richie have to this is like the third season. Mm-hmm. This is like where they have to be interns at several different places.
Right.
And they have to intern for like this psychic. And she gets mad at them for not being professional, right?
Right.
But the way that the psychic says professional is so funny. She's always like Paris, that wasn't professional. That wasn't very professional.
It wasn't professional. No.
And Paris and Nicole's dumbass are just sitting in the couch across from her, and they're literally just like, what's professional? And the psychic woman is just like, professional. And then, like, 5 minutes after that conversation, Nicole coerces this group of, like, men from Los Angeles to get naked at the psychic shop. She's just like, she's like, this is what she does. She's like, I'm gonna cleanse your auras, but in order to do so, you have to get naked. And the guys are like, okay. They just don't question it. They're just like, okay.
How old were they at that time?
Like 22.
They were like, Miss 22-year-old's going to give me a happy ending psychic reading.
That could have been us. We could have been Paris and Nicole.
I know. We could have given a happy ending psychic.
And they're sitting over this, like, low glass table. And Nicole is making them chant, like, these bullshit chants. She's like, shamalama ding dong. And they're all just, like, yelling it out in the attic of the psychic shop. And then she forces the guys to go naked outside. And they just, like, have no pants on. Like, they just have underwear. And it's this group of, like, 7... I'm not going to say muscular, but they were, like, healthy, I guess. Like,
they were fit, right? Fit,
fit, innit?
Fit, innit? Absolutely bloody fit.
Absolutely fit. And so this is kind of a production fallacy, because there's, like, a line that extended, like, 2 blocks for the psychic shop. And I assume it's because people want to get a psychic reading by Paris Hilton, because why wouldn't you? Because I
want a reading from her.
Right? That'd be amazing.
She knows about me.
Because what I assume was happening is that they were just, like, letting a bunch of people into the psychic shop and filming all of them, and then they just chose whatever was funniest.
Yeah. I believe it.
I don't know how I got there.
I followed you.
But your graphic is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's really good.
Excited. I'm so excited to show up to family functions with a vagina on the sweatshirt.
I want one too.
Oh, please, I will make you one.
It's beautiful.
It was so fun to make. I love, like, digital collage. It's so fun.
You're good at it too.
Thank you.
Her vagine looks like a hamburger.
Yeah, it is. It's. I will say that I definitely intentionally made it super extra pixely, and ran it through a couple filters just so it was like a little bit scarier than before.
It's like pink. Like hot dog meat.
Yeah. And the outside is just brown. She got
It's just brown.
She got tanned.
It's like ground beef.
It's an Arby's sandwich.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like Arby's.
I have never been to Arby's. Though we got the meats. I love meat. I love eating meat.
Do you now?
Oh, I quite do. I do indeed. I do enjoy it. But the we got the meats guy scares me. I hear him in my dreams sometimes, and he's my sleep paralysis demon, just his voice.
Hold on.
Arby's didn't invent the slider. We didn't even invent the sandwich. But we did invent Arby's. So in a way, you're welcome. Arby's, we have the meats.
So invasive and aggressive. I really don't like it.
It's like an Old Spice commercial. What is this?
Arby's serving breakfast all day. Let's peep.
There's this Wendy's wrap that I found. Is it Wendy's? I don't remember if it's Wendy's or Arby's. Because there was like a whole fucking... I don't know. Never mind. Don't listen to me. But is it Arby's?
There was Arby's drama?
Arby's beef?
Arby's beef?
I don't... Never mind. I'm just gonna throw away that whole plot point away. Because I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means.
Goodbye, plot point.
Whoop.
I don't know about the Arby's beef, though. Was there Arby's beef?
No, there was no drama. There was a rap.
Oh.
Like a few years ago, I don't know. I have like an obsession with fast food.
As you should. Fast food's delicious.
Like the thing is like I really do try not to eat it a lot. I really don't. I haven't been eating it until I came back to my mother's house.
I ate it all the goddamn time.
Well, aren't you just fucking lucky?
Okay.
However, there's this place by my house called Farmer Boys.
Okay, Farmer Boys. Alright.
Don't say that! It's called Farmer Boys. And I really like the branding. Like I really like what they have going on with like their brand. Yeah. I like the brand.
You like what the Farmer Boys have going on.
I like what Farmer Boys is doing.
I like what they're doing too.
No, please. Because if you go on Google and you look up like Farmer Boys fast food, they have a
Farmer Boys. I look up Farmer Boys on the internet. What site would you recommend?
They have a lot going for them.
Yes, they do.
It's farm fresh to table. It's organic, which is a lot. Which is a lot for a fast food place.
Are their meats organic?
Yeah, the organic meat.
Organic meat.
Organic meat.
Farmer Boy. Organic meat.
It's farm fresh.
I bet it's tasty too.
I really like it. No, but I'm serious. If you look up how the restaurants look, it's kind of cute.
I'm Googling it right now. I expect to see some Farmer Boys.
Farmer Boys.
By the way.
Farmer Boys.
Farmer Boys.
Their logo, I will say, is not the cutest, but everything else is, I think, fantastic.
images. June, this. Bless me. I don't know why I said that. Cuckoo Town. Cuckoo Town. I invoke the rights of Cuckoo Town. This place is scary, June. I don't like it.
No, you don't understand. You didn't find the right picture.
It reminds me of the Lakers. I don't know why.
The Lakers?
I can't. Is it the Lakers that have green and gold?
No, that's the A's. That's the Oakland A's.
Oh, well, that's who it reminds me of. Why?
Because it's green and gold. Okay, no. There's a specific.
You send me a picture.
Okay, I will.
Is it Farm Boy or is it Farmer Boys?
It's Farmer Boys.
No, all of the things I'm seeing is the outside looks yucky.
I'll send you a picture. Don't you worry.
Please.
Don't you worry. Because there's a specific graphic of a chicken that they have that I really like.
Interesting.
But I can't find it. Hold on.
Farmer Boys, Farmer Boy.
My throat is in pain.
Oh,
I can't
dear.
find it. I can't find it.
Farmer's Burger.
I can't find it.
It doesn't exist.
Shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me like that. The point is...
You're cuckoo crazy like Shirley.
That's how I wish she sounded.
It sounded like slapstick Disney sounds.
Imagine this. There's like a man, right? But he's a bomb. Like he's like shaped like a bomb. And he has like, you know, like 1920s like Disney like what are your arm and your limbs? What's the other word? Apparatus? What's the word? Not limb. It's like fancier than the word limb.
Your
appendages.
Yes, there you go.
He has like 1920s Disney appendages, you know, like glove hands and like boot shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like breathing behind you. And he has a big mustache. But remember, he's also a bomb.
Oh.
And he's behind you.
Oh dear.
And this is what he would sound like. Wow, wow, wow!
Yeah, that is what he would sound like. I don't like it very much.
You don't like the bomb man?
Can't say that I do.
I think that the bomb man is better than Shirley.
You know, you have points have been made. Points have been made.
I'm showing you the Farmer Boy's burger.
Oh, you found it.
Well, no, I didn't.
Oh, that does look quite nice, actually.
I found
Why
the
is
chicken.
it an egg? Why has it got an egg?
Because it's a breakfast sandwich.
Oh, you said the burger. Breakfast burger.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Breakfast burger.
I sent you the chicken.
I didn't see it yet. It's focused on the breakfast burger. Oh, that is nice.
Isn't that sweet?
Mm-hmm. That's the only good thing I've seen from it, though.
Oh, but they have good fries.
Oh, have you ever been to Five Guys?
Duh.
Five Guys fries hit different.
They're so expensive, though.
Five Guys is not cheap, unfortunately.
I at one point, it was affordable, and that was when I was like 14.
Yeah.
And I'm 35 now.
June, I'm already going gray. I genuinely am already going gray. I have like 18 gray hairs.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah, I have gray hair.
I asked my aunt, and she was like, yeah, I went gray at 24. Then I asked my grandmother, and she was like, yeah, I went gray at 24.
You're
fun.
But hear me out. I think gray would work for you.
I think so too. And it's like silver too. Like the hairs that I'm getting that are gray are like silvery. I like them. I'd be okay with it.
Silver is pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like if you go completely gray by 30, I feel like it would hit.
I feel like it would. To just be able to be like a silver queen. A young silver queen.
You would really have to stress yourself the fuck out, though, to go completely gray.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well so far. I got it. I've got it.
You've got the equation down.
Yeah.
You sure know how to stress yourself out.
I'm real good at it. Anxiety is one of my strengths.
It's your talent.
Mm-hmm. I'm so good at it. Oh.
Wow. Tell me you don't like Farmer Boys.
I've never had Farmer Boys.
Is there one near you? I don't think so.
No.
How do you know?
I've never seen a Farmer Boy for as long as I've lived. Like, really. Farmer Boy's fast food space near me. There's one in Albany, New York.
Is there really?
No, it's not. No. It's Farmer Boys. Singular. Not boys.
Farmer Boy.
Boys. I'm going to the... Let's look at locations. California, 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 California.
I never knew that Winnipeg...
No, that's California. Never mind.
I never knew that Winnipeg was in Canada.
What is?
Winnipeg.
I was unaware of this.
I thought it was in, like, Michigan or something.
Michigan. Michigan. Do you like this? Oh, the one thing I will give Shirley is that it had a good soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Well, I'll give that. That's a cookie they can have.
I think that it was missing out on some classier 1960s tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Because it had a lot of, like... excuse me. It had a lot of... like, it had a lot of that.
Really?
And when I imagine the 1960s, I don't imagine white poverty.
No.
Like, that's not my fantasy of the 1960s, and this is really just a personal qualm. But I always imagine, like, basically any of the music that I send you.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I imagine the 1960s. And then how they imagine the 1960s is like... like, it's all like banjo, like kazoo.
Like, genuinely, why? Like, why? What was the reason? I would like to know.
Like, I want some, like tiki core, maybe even some doo-wop. I feel like...
yeah, that could be fun.
Oh, I feel like doo-wop would have been fun if they leaned in more, if they leaned into the idea that Shirley was crazy, like imagine she's having like a psychotic break and there's just like a doo-wop song in the background.
Ooh, that could have been fun.
Like a very like a very Stepfordy, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like the Supremes or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I could fuck with that.
But again, it was just
Banjo.
The scene after she pours the wine on the couch. What the fuck were they doing?
After? I don't remember what happened after.
You remember that they're like all the men are.
The mask?
Yeah.
Mask?
What the fuck is that?
It wasn't a Halloween party. It was a faculty get together.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? What the shit, man?
Like it was like
What the shit?
it was like ritualistic banjo music, masks, and like a huge fire pit. I thought they were gonna kill her.
I thought she was gonna find her husband having an affair with, like, she was gonna pull off one of the masks and it was gonna be fucking Fred.
I would like that. I would like that.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
What if the husbands were gay?
They weren't, though, because they were dirty, gross men.
Yeah. Would have been kind of nice, though.
Yeah, if they were gay, and then there could have been at least one happy gay love story.
Because the other one, as we know it, one of the bitches kills themselves and the other bitch is just mentally ill.
Yeah, fucking crazy. I had such high hopes.
I thought it was going to be good.
This is how I felt about Melancholia, too.
I haven't seen that.
I think maybe that should be one of the next films we discuss, but I think Nymphomaniac has to come next, because that one, it's going to be our third episode. I think it needs
to be good.
It's a big one.
Okay.
There will be a lot to discuss. And then maybe we should wait till episode 5 to do that.
To do Nympho?
Yeah, to do Nympho.
Can we do Ratatouille?
I have nothing bad to say about Ratatouille. Ratatouille is an excellent fucking film, and anyone that disagrees with me shall be put to death.
I have
off cliff, like Rose.
I have only good things to say about that movie.
Ratatouille is a piece of art. It is amazing. It is beautiful.
It has a good soundtrack.
It has a great soundtrack. It is nice to look at.
The characters have depth.
Mm-hmm.
Which I can't say about you, Shirley.
Yeah, come on, Shirley. Although, like, I'm sad because Shirley Jackson's work was actually really good. You should read it. You would really enjoy it.
And now, at least for, like, not for maybe, like, another 10 or 5 years, she's not going to get another movie about her.
No, she's not.
Unless I haven't seen it, but I feel like you might have, you know, the creepy stories to tell at night type of thing.
Oh yeah, Scary Stories. Is it a movie?
I think it's either a movie or like an anthology.
Okay, maybe I'll watch that.
But I feel like we could do that. But I have an inclination, I have an intuitive itch that it's not going to be good.
Yeah. I'm sad about that as well.
I think it's out. Allow me to research. Scary stories to tell.
I will not be allowing that.
I'm going to take you to Farmer Boys. Oh. It's a movie.
Oh.
Let's
see how... I want to know how much it got on Rotten Tomatoes.
On Rotten Tomatoes, it got 78%. IMDb, it got 6.2 out of 10. And Metacritic got 61%. And possibly the most important critic of them all, Google users. It got 84% with Google users.
Oh, good. So happy for Google users.
It's on Hulu.
Shirley? Google.
Maggie, Shirley is on Hulu.
We watched it there.
No, I'm saying Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is on Hulu.
No, I know, I get it now. I got lost in the middle now.
You got lost in the gravy?
Yeah, lost in the sauce, if you will. June, if I don't win this goddamn Calypso competition, I'm gonna poop my fucking pants. Swear to God.
You're the only bitch that loves Calypso.
I am the only one that would literally give them my heart and soul.
I think that if they don't let you win, they're homophobic.
Yes, they're homophobic, they're ableist, they are...
There's anti-Semitic.
They are anti-Semitic. Yeah, Calypso, saying fucking get your shit together. Sponsor me.
Calypso, if you're watching.
Yes, Calypso, if you listen to this, just know that I love you very much. And I need you to give me money and juice. Please.
I hope you win. I really do.
Too, but I think they're getting tired of me.
But you're the only one.
They haven't given me any of the other giveaways. So
Your art would also be so good for them.
I would love to do art for them.
Can your dad
They
make
like
us creative director somewhere?
Yeah. I wish.
Can he do that? That's nepotism, baby.
That would be nice. Nepotism working in my favor. Oh.
I don't know if this is because I've been watching Mad Men, but I want to be a copywriter so bad.
That could be fun.
Why would we be good at that, though?
We would be very good.
How do we get hired?
No idea.
I don't know. I know jack shit about anyone at the corporate level. Literally nobody. I have nobody.
My dad is at the corporate level, but he's like, I don't know where the fuck he is or what he's doing.
But he does the finance stuffs.
Yeah, he does the numbers. He crunches the numbers.
There was like an explosion on your end of the audio.
What'd you say?
I said there was like an explosion on your end of the audio.
After slamming a door.
It was the bomb man. Oof. Oof. What's your rating on Shirley?
What did we give the other one, Sucker Punch?
We didn't rate it.
We didn't rate Sucker Punch?
We didn't
Yes,
rate.
we did. We did at the very end.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
Oh. Well, I made that up in my brain then.
There was a lot more to say about Sucker Punch, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, Sucker Punch was at least... Actually, to quote fucking Shirley, Sucker Punch was bad, but it was exciting. You knew how bad it was. But this one was, like, competent, but in a very boring, and useless way.
That is so perfect. That is so perfect.
Yeah. To loosely quote Shirley. Yeah. Oh, did we rate Shirley yet? I did not rate it. I give it a 4. I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
That's really generous of you.
I gave it a 4 because from what I remember, or at least I would have given Sucker Punch a 2 because it was like horrifying. And it really hated women.
Oh,
I think. Yeah.
They hated women.
It hated women. Hated it. Hated them. But Shirley didn't hate women as much, and like it was nice to look at, and like, you know, they had some good acting. At least they had good casting.
They had Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah, they had Elizabeth Moss, which is far better than Sucker Punch, who had literally no one.
They had Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah, they did have her.
Oh, and whoever played Peg... I keep wanting to say Peggy. Whoever played Shirley's husband... he was actually a good actor. He was good at being awful.
Yeah, he was... I did not like him, so... Yes, correct. Maybe he's just like that.
That's true. I feel like that's how he really is.
But I hope it's just because he's a really good actor.
Me too.
That would be nice. But, still don't really know what Logan Lerman was doing there. I'm sad for him that he had to do that. Not that he's better than that necessarily, but, like, he's, like, hotter than that. So...
Wait. I need to ask you a very important question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch the second Percy Jackson movie?
I'd like to say no, but I did.
I watched it maybe 3-4 weeks ago.
Oh, that's very recent.
Because I was on Twitter and there was this local and she was like, wow, we really let Rick Riordan, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
We really let Rick Riordan down by not supporting his movies. First of all, he didn't write the movies, and they were both shit. So her tweet inspired me to watch the second one, because I had already watched the first as a child. And the second one was awful.
It was worse than the first, which is almost impossible.
At least the first one had Medusa and Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's very true.
Please go.
Crazy. It didn't follow the book at all. I remember that. I saw it when it came out because I liked the books. I liked them. But yeah, both of them were very bad. I will say Perks of Being a Wallflower, though, which Mr. Logan Lerman is in, was quite good. I read that book and I liked it.
Was it accurate?
I think it was pretty accurate.
Is Perks of Being a Wallflower from the age of the YA world?
I wouldn't say so. I don't think it was like a YA book.
Okay. There's something about the name...
Actually, that's not true. It could have been.
When did it come out, the book itself?
Here, let me Google it.
Because, when, like, there was Twilight, there was, like, John Green.
Right. I don't think... It wasn't one like that. It definitely wasn't like that.
Was it before?
Well, actually, I don't know. It was... No, book. I want to know when the book came out, bitch. Not the film. Stop testing me. Papa, 1999.
Okay, that sounds correct. He was in that movie? Oh no, that's when the book came out.
Yes, the book.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yep.
That makes sense.
But it was good. I read it when I was like 11 on Kindle.
You were so advanced.
I was, no one was supervising me, and I don't know who let me read I read The Help at, I was in 5th grade. She had a miscarriage.
That's a lot for a 5th grader.
I thought she pooped out a baby, June. I thought she fucking pooped out a baby. What the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? And then I thought the baby was alive and it drowned in the toilet.
I'm not gonna lie. The book and the movie definitely have a lot of problems, but as a kid, I really liked the Help movie. I really did.
You liked it?
I really liked it as a kid.
I think I enjoyed it too. I think it was important for me to read, and it was good that I read it at a young age. Maybe not. I was definitely confused, but they were it brought up questions that I thought about more often than I think other kids did.
Yeah, kids were asking, Mom, can I get more silly bands, please?
Yes. Can I have some more Arby's?
No. The question is,
Arby's football.
Mom, can I have Farmer Boys, please? Because, we could almost review that movie, too.
Wait.
The Help, not the Farmer Boys movie.
I was like, what? What the fuck do you mean?
The Farmer Boys film. That's a different kind of movie, Maggie.
That's a porno. You can find it on www.pornhub.com.
//Farmer Boys /gay. Go and watch
Beautiful.
it. Go and watch it.
Yeah, you should go check it out.
Leave us your honest opinion.
Almost better than Shirley.
Oh, definitely.
The acting, well, okay, no. Did not mean to rip the acting. But the writing certainly is.
Definitely.
I mean, the plot twist, craziness.
Let me give you my review now. Or my number review.
Yes, please.
I think that you'll be surprised, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I think that I'm going to give Sucker Punch a 3.5.
That's pretty high. That's pretty high.
And I'm going to give Shirley a 2.
Wow.
Because, hear me out. I think that there was an essence of me really overanalyzing Sucker Punch with the whole concept of like creating your own reality, but that also being like escapism. So even though that's not part of the actual script, I like that because I came to that conclusion on my own.
Yes. So you liked what the movie meant to you personally.
Right. And with Miss Shirley over here, like I came to no personal conclusions other than the fact that I hate it. And that's all.